me wanna holler, go away. I need more peace and hope and love. Where do I find it in this crazy old world? I need strategies, strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio. Every time I listen, Lauren and David share strategies for living, and it makes me aware. I've got strategies for living, strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio.
Oh, you know we need them. We need those strategies, don't we? Those strategies for living. So are you ready? You ready for your daily dose of radio rehab?
Oh, I am ready. It is Halloween time.
Yeah, I knew you would be ready
spooky
today.
Season.
Yeah. Hey, folks, welcome. Welcome into another edition of Strategies for Living. I'm Dr. David McMillian. She is PLPC psychotherapist Lauren Leon McMillian, and you love Halloween.
I do.
Yeah.
And I especially love our life strategies.
Oh, we have a special treat. We have such a special treat.
No tricks.
No tricks, just treats. Bess Maxwell, Who? Bess Maxwell, who I've known for 100 years.
We were just talking about that.
We were. And we spent lots of time in radio together, different stations most of that time.
But started in the same building. You didn't even know.
We didn't know. Yeah, started in the same control room back in the day,
Way back in the day.
Way back in the day.
Pleistocene era.
But that's not, even though that station may have had some spirits in it. I've got a story or two about that, by the way. But you have, post-radio, gotten involved in paranormal investigations through Louisiana Spirits. And we're going to talk about that today. It's a fascinating thing. Oh, yeah. How you do what you do, Bess.
Well, they say that the ghost hunter is always the most interesting person in the room.
Well,
I can command a table.
Yeah, I bet you can.
Literally.
And is there a question you have not been asked about?
No.
No.
In fact, if I ever write a book about this, the title is going to be a question a man once came up and asked me while we were doing an investigation of a mobile home.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he said, "Dude, why would a ghost be in a trailer?" That's my book. I love it.
Why would it go? There you go.
Why not?
So why not? So we are in the spirit of All Hallows Eve. We'll
No pun intended.
No pun intended. We're going to talk a little bit about that this evening too, here on Strategies. Bess Maxwell is our life strategist. Folks, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you being with us, and we appreciate our sponsors making it all possible. The Robinson Film Center, and Azalea Cleaners, and Pintail Roofing, and Learning RX, We Train Your Brain, and the Balanced Life Wellness Center, and Fertitta's Delicatessen, home of The Godfather, Alligator Italian Sausage, pretty good Muffies too, and SRT Sales Training. Bess Maxwell, Louisiana Spirits and Paranormal Investigations, our life strategist today, here on Strategies for Living. Come back with us.
Do you want to build a productive sales team? Are you trying to grow or develop an existing one? Do you want to change your current culture, or do you lack the skills to get you and your team to the next level? If any of this is what you're looking for, you need to contact SRT Sales Training. Locally owned, more than 35 years in the sales and training world. Relevant real-life skills that work in today's environment, no matter the business. For details, look online, ScottTarkowski.com, or call 318-393-5219. And as always, make it a great day.
Tune in daily, find the light. Healthy mind and spirits bright. Strategies for living strong. Feel the vibe, it won't go wrong. Body moves and soul align. Catch the rhythm, feel the time. Radio rehab every day. Chase those clouds of gray away. Your daily dose of radio rehab. Lift you up when skies seem mind trap, mind and body, spirits free, living life in harmony.
And welcome into a special edition, a Halloween edition of Strategies for Living. All Hallows Eve right around the corner. Lauren Leon McMillian, our life strategist, Bess Maxwell, David McMillian. Let me formally introduce Bess. I guess we need to talk a little bit about her real job, which is the administrator of St. Mark's Cathedral.
Yeah, ghost hunting doesn't pay much.
Well, there you go.
None.
You went from radio to a real job.
Yes,
right?
I did.
Now, how many years have you been at St. Mark's?
Strangely enough, 18 years.
Wow.
18 years in June.
Beautiful facility is St. Mark's.
Great job.
We love, you can see where we are. We sit on our front porch and listen to the kids on the playground, and it's wonderful. Yeah. What a beautiful,
it's
wonderful
good to have
facility.
neighbors like you over
there
here.
There you go. So, but thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me. I always enjoy doing this.
How did you get into? How did a nice girl like you? Yeah, because I remember you. I don't know what year we met, but you were at KWKH doing news. I was at Kiel. I don't remember what year we met, but it's been a long time.
I've just always known you.
Same here. Same here. You and Aaron McCarty. I mean, you've always been there.
Exactly.
And you and I worked together for. I was out of radio, but was already doing Strategies for Living because the show now is 33 years old.
Yeah, you used to come in and
used to come into the old Kiel studios back when it was. Let's see, were you there when it was at 710 Spring Street? Or was this out at the old KWK
we were out
studios?
I was in the Petroleum Tower downtown for a year.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
then we moved out to on Westport Avenue, west of town.
There you go. So, how did a nice girl like you get into what have you always been interested in the paranormal stuff as a sideline?
Yeah, I've always kind of been interested in it. The ghost stories and the ghosts, and back when I was a kid, we used to run around the neighborhood hearing stories about a ghost, and we'd go look to see if we could find the ghost.
Yeah. Did you ever locate a ghost when you were a kid?
Not when I was a kid. No, I probably would have quit then. But I used to do tours over at the Municipal Auditorium.
Yeah.
We do historic tours, and then the municipal is also very active.
Sure.
Extremely active.
Yeah.
And so we would tell people who came through the ghost stories. And so a group came through, probably about 2007 or so, 6 or 7. And they did an investigation of the municipal, the first group that have ever done that.
Right.
And it was Louisiana Spirits.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
And so I was working in radio at that time, and I called these guys and interviewed them.
Right.
About what was going on, and they thought that was cool.
Yeah.
And I kind of
got a cool story out of it.
Yeah, I got a cool story out of it and met these guys. And so they did a public ghost hunt they were from Alexandria,
right,
was where they were based.
Right.
And we went down there and had a dinner, and they did a ghost talk, and we investigated a restaurant down there. I was so hooked.
I bet you were.
I was so hooked.
Yeah.
And so a year or so later, they were looking for new members up here, and I jumped at the chance.
Now, if people want to investigate and find out about LA Spirits, easy way to do that is laspirits.com.
Yes, we do have a website, and it's got all of our evidence and everything on there.
And it's a very you'll spend a while if you're interested in this kind of thing. This is a rich website. There's a lot here. And also let me I should have said this in your intro, so let me not be remiss and say that you are case manager for North Louisiana, North Louisiana and the area, right?
Yeah, this whole north part of the state down to about Natchitoches or so.
And so if someone is interested in connecting with LA Spirits, and
go to our website.
Go to the website, and then they can connect with you through the website.
You can look on the website, and you can see all of our teams around the state.
So
We have
there's teams all over the state.
All over the state. Wherever you might be located,
Yep.
you can contact the team that's closest to you.
Okay. Now, why would someone contact the team? Why would someone contact Louisiana Spirits, and what would they be asking you to do?
Who are you going to call?
That's right.
I love it. I love it.
That's, it's mostly people call us because something is happening in their home
Right.
and they don't know what it is
Right.
and they're afraid of it.
Yeah.
Or it's scaring the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't know what to do
Yeah.
or where to turn.
Yeah.
So they call us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we come and see what they've got going on. See if we can explain it logically.
Yeah. Yeah. And then homes, also buildings.
Buildings,
You've mentioned
businesses.
Municipal Auditorium,
Yes.
businesses. You told a story years ago, and it was a local place of worship. We won't say where, but this local place of worship had done some extensive remodeling. And apparently there was a problem.
There was some activity.
Yeah.
And we went to this place.
Right.
And we have, whenever you call us in, you fill out some paperwork.
Right.
Basically, hold harmless agreements. If we hurt ourselves, something knocks us down the stairs, it's not on you, it's on us.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And also, we say, how much evidence would you allow us to release? Because we will put on our website whatever we get.
Sure.
And you can say, yeah, that's my house. You can put a picture of me up there if you want. You know,
Right.
I'm
But again, this place of worship obviously did
no.
not
And-
want
yeah.
this
Yeah.
to get out. Really.
Or the other extreme is, the one is you can tell us about the evidence, but don't tell anybody where we are, who we
right.
are.
Right.
The other one is you were never here. You have never been here. We have never seen you. We have never spoken.
Was that the
And
case?
that was the case
That
in
was the
this
case.
part.
Okay.
Yes. But it was mainly office staff at this place who
Right.
were having a lot of things that were happening.
Right.
And they
Weird,
just
because
wanted to know.
staff would go
Be
into
there all the
be there all
time,
the
yeah.
time. They would go in and out of the building, and after the remodeling started, weird stuff started happening.
And we did get a few little things.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, we did get a few little things.
Yeah.
There was nothing bad there.
Yeah.
It just seemed like a lot of what we call residual activity.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
stuff. There's nothing intelligent there that will interact with you, but it's just
Yeah.
things just going about what they've
Can we
always
just say
gone about.
static?
Yeah.
Kind of staticky stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a tape replaying over and over and over
Yeah.
and over again.
Yeah.
So when you go in, you just observe and report. Do you do any sort of communicating with the
yes,
spirit and asking
absolutely.
it to move on?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Well, what we do is we have all kind of equipment. We use digital recorders, to pick up what we call electronic voice phenomenon or
EVP,
VPs.
yeah.
Right.
Something you can't hear with your ears at the time, but it turns
But
on
it
the
comes.
tape.
It comes
It's on
through.
the tape.
And
Yeah.
we use GoPro cameras that have been modified to shoot in infrared light.
Right.
So they can shoot in the dark. And we can measure things like electromagnetic frequency and that kind of stuff.
Right. Right.
And we use all kinds of little tricks,
Right.
to see if something's here or there. And we try to, if they have things that have happened, we try to recreate that.
Right.
Is this door just moved by itself?
Right.
There was a door in the Municipal Auditorium that everybody said would open by itself. When you close the door down here at the bottom of the stairs, that door would pop open. So that kind of thing, we go in to try to debunk. What we can.
So
Yeah.
you're trying to
We're
say
not going to prove there's a ghost
Okay.
there.
Right.
We're
Yeah.
trying to debunk.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So in a place like this place of worship, and you give your report. You give your report at the end of the investigation.
Right.
Yeah. Was there more peace and tranquility?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. And a lot of times people just want to know that they are not crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what everybody tells us. I think I'm losing my mind. I think I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
And we say, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're experiencing something.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you had your first encounter, of course, you talked about being a kid and doing what kids do, but when you had your first professional encounter,
Professional.
It sounds all kind of weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
No, the first thing I, ever got as far as evidence was concerned was, of course, an EVP. That's the easiest thing to get.
Right.
And we get, we just get some first time you hear that voice on that recorder.
Yeah.
And you know it's not you.
Yeah.
You just know it's not your team. And it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
I carry some around on my phone, that we've gotten that are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you'll just be laying there about half dead, just listening, and all of a sudden you hear, you just pop up.
Yeah.
It's just you can live on that.
I had a client several years ago whose mother had passed away, and we had been talking. Of course, she came in and was doing some grief, and I got a call one day from her, and she said, "I've got a recording on my phone, and you've got to hear it. You've got to let me." And so I said, "Sure." And so I played it. Of course, I have equipment around from doing the radio show and stuff. And I played it, and it was clear as B. And she said, "That sounds just like my mother." But it was clear as B in the process, in the middle of someone else's message that was being left. Her saying the lady's name very clearly, and, "I'm okay."
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was, she said, "Do you hear that?" And I said, "Yes, I hear it." And it was the same type of thing.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm not crazy.
You're not crazy.
Yeah. We're talking today.
But we are old radio people, so we could be crazy.
We could be crazy. That's true. Good point. Bess Maxwell, case manager of North Louisiana for LA Spirits, laspirits.com. We are just having fun with Halloween, All Hallows Eve, coming up. We'll be back here on Strategies in just a moment with Bess Maxwell. Stay with us.
Life gets hard along the way. Gotta get through it day by day. We get strategies right here. Strategies for living radio. I know some radio rehab. Strategies for living radio.
And welcome back in. Welcome back into Strategies for Living Radio. Lauren Leon McMillian, David McMillian with our very special Halloween life strategist. She is Bess Maxwell. She is the case manager for the North teams of LA Spirits. And you can find laspirits.com. There's a lot on that website. And if you have any need of their service, what you guys do is free, right?
Yes, we do not charge.
Okay.
I would like, you can't prove. It's something you can't prove.
Right.
Right.
That's why hard science doesn't accept, what we do, because you can't take it into a lab and you can't make it perform, on demand.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so if we can't really prove there's something there, how can we charge you for it?
There you go. But if you have an interest, maybe you want to get, you guys take volunteers from time to time, right?
Absolutely. Yeah,
So
we
if-
will have a public ghost hunt every once in a while.
There you go. So laspirits.com is the way to kind of stay in touch and what's
Exactly.
going on.
Exactly.
You guys have some things coming up with Halloween and such. Yeah, what's going on?
Well, not separate from Louisiana Spirits, there's a group that you can find on Facebook called Historic Haunts of Shreveport.
Yeah, yeah.
And Dr. Cheryl White at LSUS.
Who has been on multiple times as a
Yeah.
life strategist.
Dear friend of mine.
Yep.
She once was writing a book on haunted Shreveport, and she called me to pick my brain. And there began this epic friendship.
Yeah.
It's
Y'all
like-
have been fast friends ever since.
But we do, right now we're doing cemetery tours at Oakland Cemetery.
Mm.
And Oakland Cemetery near downtown Shreveport is right by the Municipal Auditorium.
Right.
And it's the oldest, it was the city cemetery.
Right.
It's the oldest Shreveport cemetery, dates to the 1840s.
Right.
And so we're doing tours Halloween night at 5:30.
Ooh.
5:30 to 7:30, just about sundown.
Yep.
Right.
And then another one Saturday
Okay.
on the 1st.
Okay.
And you can go to Historic Haunts Report and you can get tickets to those.
All right.
And everything, all the ticket money goes right back into Oakland for
Okay.
the upkeep of that cemetery.
And that's
nice.
important. It's
Very
important
important.
that we provide the upkeep of that historic treasure in our
Yes.
community.
And I'm also on the board for the Friends of Oakland. So,
okay.
yeah, so it's
And there's all kinds of things coming up too. There's
Yes.
the
lighting, right?
lighting of the eternal
Yes.
flame from the the new exhibit in the cemetery.
3,000 in 2023, we built a memorial to the yellow fever epidemic victims.
Right.
Right.
There are about 800 souls up there on the hill,
Right.
and there was never anything but a little small marker.
Right.
There was never a funeral for those people. People were dying so fast in 1873 that
Right.
they couldn't. They just opened trenches up there and
Right.
laid the people down.
Right.
And so we
They had to do
built,
what they had to do.
We built a monument to those
And it's
people.
beautiful.
Everybody's name that we know are in there.
Yeah.
And we had when we dedicated it, we had priests, we had minister, we had rabbi. You know,
That's
to bless
wonderful.
those people who were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now we have a flame, an eternal flame. That's
And
gonna
it's
be
going to
there
be lit.
Sunday evening at 5:20 at the cemetery. Everybody
cool.
come. It's going to be wonderful.
I hope our mayor.
Our mayor
is,
will be there.
I hope he is in recovered.
It was on
and,
his calendar before, but
Right.
if he can possibly be there,
I know he will if
safely,
he
we
can.
will.
Yeah.
And
If not, the flame's still
our
gonna be
thoughts
lit.
And prayers to the mayor.
Absolutely, he's a wonderful fellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful guy. He's been on multiple times,
Mm-hmm.
and we love Mayor Tom. But so lots of stuff to celebrate around this holiday, Halloween. Now, people
So-
don't realize.
I actually have a question.
Okay.
Okay, because Halloween, right, was originally Samhain, right? And one of the ideas is that the veil thins
It
around
thins.
this time.
Yes.
In all of your experience over the years, have you found that to be? Have you found any evidence?
what a great question.
Towards
Yeah,
that?
Yeah.
I have. I mean, we have never had any more activity, I don't think, on Halloween than we have any other time.
Yeah.
I mean, the veil is thin where the veil is thin.
Right.
but I really think that, there's a lot to that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. But I
mean,
was
that just
curious
goes
about your
back
experience.
so many, because the first, of course, is All Saints Day.
Right.
And that's what, all of those souls, all of those saints, and,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and we of course, took and Christianized the Samhain holiday.
Right.
Right.
But, there's more going on than you can
yeah.
think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the nuns used to tell us in school. I went through a Christian school growing up, and the nuns used to say, "Well, now there's two kinds of saints.
Yeah.
There's the saints we recognize, and those have the big S, right?
Yeah.
And then if you get to heaven, you're a saint."
You're a saint too.
But you have a small s.
Yeah.
You're a small s because you're not recognized. But if you're there, you made it. You're a saint.
You made it, yeah.
And All Saints Day represents those
the saints.
all of
and
the
then All
saints.
Souls Day
Yeah.
is on the 2nd,
Is that you're right?
which
Right.
everybody gets recognized.
Everybody that who has passed,
Right.
Yeah.
and that's wonderful that the Christian tradition recognizes
Yeah.
both All Saints and All Souls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Halloween is kind of like, if you can't beat them, join them, kind of, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to be very political. Try to be politically correct with this question.
Okay.
There are some who have an issue to take issue with the Halloween celebration, the costumes, the dressing up, all the things that we go through in our culture around
Right.
Halloween. Any thoughts about that?
Well, and we have seen that. We actually had a convention one time at the Municipal Auditorium. We brought in some speakers, some paranormal experts, and it was a good time. And there was a group who gathered out in front of the Municipal Auditorium
To kind of protest.
praying for us because we were all going to hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were throwing holy water on the steps and all.
Okay. Okay.
And you know, my bishop has referred cases to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it's, you know, if you don't believe in ghosts, then why do we pray that the dead will rest?
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yeah.
And it doesn't mean, some people, there's some denominations that don't believe in ghosts at all. There are no ghosts. Everything's a demon.
Right.
You know, and if you have activity in your house, well, it's a demon.
Uh,
And you need an exorcism.
Yeah.
And I can safely say, of course there's such things.
Yeah.
Right.
But we have never, in all the years I've been doing this, which is over 20 now, we have never seen a real demonic case.
Okay.
You know, we have had a lot
So
of,
that's important to hear.
yeah,
That's
a
important.
lot of self-diagnosed demonic cases.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I've got demons in my house. Well, no, you don't. You have something.
You have something going on,
Yeah.
but you don't
it's
need
not,
to be
It's
afraid
not
of
a
it.
demon.
Yeah.
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 So talk to us a little bit about that spectrum. Like it's all energy,
Right.
right? And so
Right.
you talked earlier about how it was just residual,
right.
and then we can go all the way maybe on the other end to
Right.
demon. So talk to us about that spectrum.
Okay. Well, residual is, I think, like you hear footsteps, you know,
Right.
or
Yeah.
you see something walking down the hall,
Right.
Yeah.
or, you know, and it's always going the same way.
Okay.
That's what we call residual. It's like a tape playing over and over and over again. It's just energy.
Right.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of theories that water can attract that kind of energy, that limestone can attract that kind of energy and will hold it.
Yeah.
That's what you get in like Hampton Court Palace in England,
Okay.
where Catherine Howard, who was the wife of Henry, was arrested
Okay.
and
Yeah.
taken
Sure.
for treason,
Right.
and that she ran screaming down the hall looking for Henry, screaming for her life.
Right.
That's supposed to happen every year on the anniversary of that. You hear a woman running down the hall screaming.
Yeah. Well, because
Okay,
that's
that
a
would be-
powerful energy.
That would
yeah.
be residual energy. That's what you hear at a battlefield. That's what you hear at Gettysburg when you hear
Yeah.
gunfire, cannon fire, the sound of marching troops. That's
Yes.
all residual energy.
Right.
What you have then is intelligent, and that's when there is actually an entity there and it can communicate with you. That's what we turn on the tape recorder and we say, "Is anybody here? You know, can you touch this? Can you knock on something?"
Yeah.
That's intelligent.
Right.
Then you have poltergeist activity.
Yeah.
And poltergeist is the thing that throws stuff across, you know, it'll
That's when we get physical.
stack furniture in the middle of the room,
Mm-hmm.
you know, move things, throw things that push people. That's poltergeist. And that's really interesting because that's not coming from a spirit. That's coming from a person in the house who is letting off all of this excess energy. A lot of times it's
Interesting.
a young teenage girl.
makes, makes sense.
And
It's a lot
when
of
that
angst
person
there.
is not there, nothing happens.
Mm.
You know, but that will start just out of nowhere and it will stop out of nowhere. And there's
Okay.
really nothing you can do about that.
Right.
But I will always look, I'll say, who's in the house?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sometimes it can be an adult who is undergoing a tremendous amount of stress
Yeah.
of some kind.
Yeah.
And that energy's just got to come out some
Right.
way.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
what that is.
Yeah.
And then you go to the demonic,
Mm-hmm.
which is an inhuman. It's not a ghost. It was never living.
Right.
It was never a human, but it is some kind of demon, biblical type
Evil
demon.
type of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
dark.
that's very dark.
Yeah.
That's when people get hurt and physically hurt and possessed and all that kind of stuff.
That's when you need to call the religious
That's
folk.
when, and a lot of times, like, you know, the church will send in somebody like us to see what you
Right.
got.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they will come and do
And
they
do
prove
what they
If they
do.
need.
do
Yeah.
what they do.
Yeah.
We would never even attempt, you know, we're all people in our group, we're all people of faith, but
Yeah.
we would never attempt to do an exorcism.
Right. Because you'd be out of your
We're out of our depth.
out of your
We're
wheelhouse.
not, you know, we're not, you know, demonologists.
Right.
Right.
LAspirits.com. That's the place you want to go. Bess Maxwell is the case manager for the North teams at LA Spirits. And we are with Bess today here on Strategies for a Living. We are, I'm going to come back and ask her, pardon the pun, I want to know if she's ever been spooked. We'll find out that when we come back here on Strategies for a Living. We'll be right back.
We all have problems every day. We all need help along the way. We need strategies for living radio.
And welcome back in. Welcome back into Strategies for Living. Lauren Leon McMillian, David McMillian, our life strategist. Bess Maxwell, the case manager for the North teams of LA Spirits. Go to laspirits.com. You'll get a lot of information there if you are interested, and I hope you will be. Okay, inquiring minds want to know, right? Pardon the pun. Have you ever been spooked?
I've been creeped out.
Yeah?
Yes, that's, you'll be somewhere. There was an old theater in El Dorado, Arkansas,
Yeah?
and it was under renovation, and we went over there, and I was sitting on stage, and I just felt like something was fixing to come, out of stage left and just
Yeah.
walk up on me.
Yeah.
And it didn't, but there's a creep factor sometimes
Yeah.
in certain circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other
Yeah.
place that happened to me was in the Edinburgh Vaults in Scotland.
Oh, wow.
That was, we were with a group and we were down there and they were down, and I suddenly began to start to inch toward the front where more people were.
Yeah.
Because I just felt like something was getting ready to come up behind me.
Yeah.
Mm.
But,
Yeah. Yeah.
heavy history.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like you it's happened, but you don't stay there. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, I've been surprised by things that both times that I've seen a shadow figure has really, it didn't scare me, but I just kind of, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
But your mind immediately starts trying to figure out what that is.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw something coming down at a salvage yard in Ruston, of all places. Something was walking down the fence, a black shadow.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a person, and it didn't ever come out where the gate was.
Right.
And I actually kind of took a step back, and I'm looking, and the guy behind me came up and said, "What did you see?" Because he could tell by my reaction.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
you saw something.
And I said, but where he was walking, cars were like up against the fence.
Yeah.
There was no place for anybody to walk.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other one I saw was in the Municipal Auditorium.
Really?
Okay.
Tell us about
Upstairs,
that.
Yeah, we were doing a tour,
Yeah.
and I was just standing looking up into the seats up there, and I saw this figure just run down one of the rows of seats. A little
wow.
short figure.
Yeah.
And the other guide who was with me I said, "Did you just see something?" He said, "I'm so glad you did, because I did." So there were two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why you always have two people when you're investigating. You should
Sure.
always, so they can
corroborate,
validate,
yeah.
Sure.
corroborate.
Yeah. Yeah. Elvis has left the
sense.
building.
I don't know if Elvis is there, but there's a lot there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Frank may be hanging around there
wouldn't be
now. I wouldn't be surprised
surprised.
if Frank and
Yeah.
Norm Bell and some of our old radio
yeah.
folks,
all theaters of or entertainment places seem to be.
Yeah.
It's that big energy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
From performers.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
the big energy from performers and theaters, churches. The collective.
collective
It's a
energy.
collective
Yeah.
energy type of
It's almost
thing.
an
Yeah.
amplification, I would wonder
Yeah.
if that has
Yeah.
something to do with
And
it.
you know where the municipal is, there was a church there.
No,
before
I
the
did not know
municipal.
that. Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
It was a Methodist church or an AME church, I believe.
really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Huh.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
That makes sense.
yeah.
you
It
go.
does make
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. So, when people ask you, we've already established. I ask you, is there any question you haven't been asked? And you said no. What's the most interesting question or idea you can think of, Bess? That since people know you do this type of thing, and it's would we call this? I mean, it's not really a hobby because it's beyond that.
Well, it's I've told people this that it's almost a ministry.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's all because you're helping people
Yeah.
to
Absolutely.
come to grips with something that they do not understand.
Sure.
And once they understand it, then they feel better.
They feel better.
They
They're
feel
more
better. They're not
peaceful.
afraid of it
Yeah.
anymore. And they once you establish that they're not insane,
Right.
you know,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
so that's because I'm a Stephen minister too. If you're familiar with Stephen
That's right.
ministry,
Yeah.
Right.
and it's so similar.
Yeah.
It's mainly it's
Say, everybody may not
listening.
know what Stephen
Right.
Ministry is. What is Stephen Ministry?
Stephen ministry is a lay ministry within the church.
Right.
You are trained as basically listeners.
Right.
You're not a therapist.
Right.
You're not trying to fix somebody.
Right.
You're just you listen. And it's a one-on-one ministry,
Mm-hmm.
and you are assigned this person, and you meet with them once a week, and you listen.
And you listen.
You
Yeah.
listen to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would be willing to bet I've not been in Stephen Ministry, but I'd be willing to bet a lot of times people will walk out of those sessions and say, I feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
And
let
that's
them
the
you
point.
let them work it out in their own head. What's going in the same way if you listen to because a lot of them don't feel comfortable talking about paranormal experiences with their neighbors or their family.
Right.
So they'll think I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And they've been holding it inside of them, and they won't talk to anybody about it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, here's somebody who will listen to you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and won't call you crazy or judge you. Yeah, I was just open
there.
to
I mean,
listen
there
and
have been
hear.
some cases that we wouldn't take because we felt like it was not. You know, if we ever feel like it's a situation where we will not be safe, we will not.
You won't go.
take a case.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if we feel like there are serious drugs involved,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and because sometimes there's a fine line there.
Yeah.
And you have to ask people some really uncomfortable questions,
Sure.
you know, when you're starting out.
Right.
But there was one person who contacted us, and he had aliens,
Okay.
and he was after talking to him for a little while, it became obvious that he had some
Had some issues.
issues.
Yeah.
And so I said, you know, we just really don't do aliens.
Right.
You know, we don't have an expertise in that.
Right.
And I told him to call one of the, you know, UFO groups or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But he frightened me
Yeah.
because he was threatening to kill the aliens and
Yeah.
shoot the aliens. And
Yeah.
suppose we get over there and he thinks we're the aliens.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you just have to, I won't put the team in danger.
Right.
You know,
So what I'm hearing is good common sense.
good common
You
sense.
use good
That's
common
what
sense.
it is.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're not going to be. There's some groups who will go in to prove that there's something there.
And that's not you guys.
And anything
You're there to
they
witness.
See, I've seen one group like, see that up there? See that light? I
Yeah.
said that's lens flare. You're shooting the camera right into the overhead light
Yeah.
up there, and it's lens flare.
Yeah.
She goes, no, it's an entity. I said, no, it's lens flare.
Well, here's the thing. What you do, and again, I think my own personal opinion is it works very well with your day job.
It does. It does.
Because we believe, as believers, we believe in life after. And again, it's all energy.
It is,
And
yeah.
sometimes energy goes in, maybe places we don't understand in ways we don't understand.
And that's one thing we haven't even talked about is, a lot of times a sudden death,
Yeah. Right.
will result in activity because,
They don't
the
even know.
person doesn't know what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
You
We had a priest on the program
Yes.
not long ago who
That's part of his ministry.
part of his ministry is working with souls who are kind of in between. They're stuck and they, can't get to the light.
Exactly.
And he helps them, and it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful ministry.
And we'll do a cleansing, a simple cleansing to get
Yeah.
rid of bad energy.
There you go.
It's not an exorcism, but
But
Right.
cleansing.
it helps.
laspirits.com. You can find out more. Bess Maxwell, she is the case manager for the North teams of LA Spirits. What a great Halloween program. We'll be back here on Strategies for Living. And welcome back. Welcome back into Strategies for Living Radio. Lauren Leon McMillian, David McMillian. Wonderful, wonderful special life strategist today. Bess Maxwell from laspirits.com. LA Spirits, she's the North Team case manager. Bess, what a special time. The only complaint I have is we need 2 or 3 more hours
exactly.
once the
You gotta
stories
have her
get
more
going.
often than Halloween.
Absolutely.
I'll come anytime.
Yeah.
What do you want to leave us with today? What do you want people to take away from this conversation today?
Well, if you've got something going on in your house, don't be terrified of it. Just, you can call us, go to our website. It gives all of our email addresses. You can get in touch with us. And, don't be afraid to talk about it.
Right.
Don't be afraid to talk about it and ask questions about it.
Right.
Because it'll make you feel better.
And again, that's you guys have been doing this a long time.
A long time, yeah.
And there's teams all over the state. So some of the teams probably have more expertise in one area than the other.
Right.
And so you guys, I'm sure, communicate with each other,
we
talk
do.
with each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you'd like more information, or if you'd just like to find out more. Yeah.
Oh, and Historic Haunts of Shreveport.
That's
Go to
right.
the website, get tickets, come to the tour.
Absolutely. Yes. and check out laspirits.com and Bess Maxwell and her wonderful work. Bess, thank you so much.
Thank you, David.
And don't be a stranger. You know
Don't be
where
a
we are
ghost.
now.
Yeah.
Don't be a ghost. Yeah.
I can walk over here.
There you go. There you go.
If it's not windy and cold.
There you go. Yeah. We'll give you a wrap. How about that?
Okay, there you go.
Folks, thank you for tuning in to Strategies for Living. We appreciate you being with us, and we appreciate our sponsors who make it all possible. The Robinson Film Center, and Azalea Cleaners, and Pintail Roofing, and Learning RX. We train your brain, and the Balanced Life Wellness Center, and Fertitas Delicatessen, home of The Godfather, alligator Italian sausage, and some pretty good muffies too, and SRT Sales Training. If today were the last day of your life, you only had one more phone call that you could make, who would you call? What would you say? And why are you waiting? Make the call. For Bess Maxwell, for Lauren Leon McMillian, I'm David McMillian. See you next time, right here on Strategies for Living.